I hope. So today we are going to learn dimensioning. How to mark the dimension. So we draw, okay, if I want to mark the dimension of this particular line, say this is a front view called A dash B dash. So I want to mark the dimension of this line. So I can draw an end projector from this point for dimensioning, and I will draw a dimension line. Since the dimension line is an imaginary one, I can draw that with a thin line. Is my sound audible? Should I increase the volume or something? Is there anything required like that?
Audible, sir.
No,
You're
sir.
audible, sir.
Okay, thank you, thank you. So I have to draw a dimension line which is parallel to the line of which I am marking the dimension. So this is the line of which I am going to mark the dimension here. So I will draw a dimension line parallel to this line. And connecting these two, I have a small projector. Okay, an end projector from this end and this end. And I will mark the dimension with an arrowhead, a small arrowhead, and it will be shaded usually. That's what I follow. Okay, there are options for, anyway, you just follow this one only. An arrow, and I will write the dimension above the dimension line, 5, 0. This is how the dimension is marked. So you can, you should know that there should be a dimension line which is thin, and the dimension written above and parallel to dimension line. Okay. And one more thing. If possible, dimension lines should not cross any other line. So these 3 points you should remember. A dimension is, okay, if there is anything else, I will note down here. So the dimension line, which is thin, and dimension line, okay, you can write one more thing, and dimension line is parallel to the dimension, parallel to the line or object. So dimension line should be thin and it is parallel to the line or object of which we are marking the dimension. The dimension written above and parallel to the dimension line. And if possible, the dimension line should not cross any other line. I hope you got it. We will see some examples. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I will draw some dimension lines here. So one line was like this. I have to mark the dimension of this one, and I have a dimension line like this. One dimension I should mark like this, and this. Okay, I think almost all angles have come here. Horizontal I mark here. I have vertical. It is inclined to the left, inclined to the right. So the dimensions are marked. Okay, I will name the lines as, so this is, okay, all these plans, A, B, this is C and D, this is E, F. This is G, H. This is I. This is J. How these dimensions are marked. The first thing, the dimension line should be drawn parallel to this line. So while I draw that, I should draw an end projector. I mentioned about this one. This should be drawn. That will be drawn usually perpendicular to the line or object. Now I'll draw a dimension line here. So if you want, you can note down the things that you should remember. This end projector should be perpendicular, first thing. Second thing, while you draw the dimension line, usually we can keep a distance of 10 millimeter from this one, this distance. So you can follow the 10 mm distance for everything. There is no written rule like that. You should follow 10 mm. No problem. But it would be nice if you keep 10 mm for every drawing. You do not measure it. It could be 8 or 10, 8, 9, 10, or 11. That won't make any difference, but keep a uniform distance between the object and the dimension line. That would be nice. Yeah, that would be nice. Okay. Then the dimension line should have an arrow. The arrow should be, there is a specific ratio and all 3:1. Okay. And it should not be like our mad angle or samosa or your Play Store symbol. And it should not be like this also. These are the common mistakes that we have seen usually in drawing the arrowhead. So it should not be like this. This is the correct shape. And that should be shaded also. Thin. Don't make it thick. Don't make it thick like this. It should be shaded thin. This is also wrong. And the dimension is written above this one. So this is 50. I mark it over, not touching the dimension line, but above the dimension line at a center position. Now I have a CD, which is also of dimension 50. So I will draw the perpendicular line from here. And I will draw the dimension line here with an arrowhead there. And I will mark the dimension. And here, in the case of vertical dimensions, the dimension line should be, okay, dimension line can be drawn here or right side or left hand side. There is no issue. So I can mark the dimension here. I'll mark the dimension here. No problem. Or even for this dimensions, I can mark the dimension on this side also. That is also possible. I will mark that with the pencil. This is also correct. This is also correct. No problem. And here I will mark the dimension below. Below or above, that doesn't make any sense. Any difference. So I will draw this. And this is, let this be length 60. This is okay. If I mark it here also, that is also correct. No problem. This is 60. Correct. Both are correct. And here I will mark it above. So this line is perpendicular. Does it look like perpendicular? And this is 7. So this is how it is being done. I hope.
Sir,
Yes,
I didn't understand what's the use of a dimension line. Why can't we just write the length on top of the line without drawing the dimension line?
that is a syntax. That's the rule.
Okay, fine.
Because while you have a you have an construction like this, and you have a small pocket here. So where will you write the dimension? So you write 5 here. So you don't know which dimension you are marking. 2, which dimension? See, 6. I don't know whether it is the radius or the height. This one. If I mark a dimension here,
Yeah, got it, sir.
you got it, right?
Yeah, yeah,
So
I got it.
you actually, okay, in this problems, you won't see much of a difference, but in actual problems, you should have a dimension line to indicate that exactly which portion is having this dimension. Okay. Thank you for the question.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Got it.
And okay, and there are some mistakes that we make. Okay, I told you that the dimension line is thin. Okay, that you may follow. Am I online still?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
thank you. ഇവിടെ നിന്ന് കറണ്ട് പോയി. Okay. So this dimension line is thin that you may draw. The mistake that you will make is the dimension is written above and parallel to dimension line. This parallel that you may remember, and it should not touch the dimension line. But there is some issues like if I mark the dimension here, for example, I just draw a dimension line here. Again, once more, I will draw another line. So this is P dash and Q dash. So in order to mark the dimension, I just drew perpendicular line. I draw the dimension line. Up to here, there is no problem. It is correct. No issues. If I mark the dimension here, that is wrong. This is wrong. But if I write 70 here, that is correct. You get me?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So in order to remember this analogy, we usually say the example of a clock. Okay, a clock with say you have 12 o'clock and okay, 12 o'clock. We have 3 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 8, 10, 11. So imagine you have a hour needle here, only hour needle. Okay, there is no minute or second needle. So first, okay, this is 12 o'clock and this is 1 o'clock, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Assume that there is a bird sitting on this needle. So the bird can sit only on the branch, on the top of the branch. So at 1 o'clock, the bird was sitting like this. And 2 o'clock, okay, keep on sitting there, no issues. 3 o'clock also, it is sitting there. 4, 5. What about 6 o'clock? 6 o'clock, it will switch its position. It will switch its position so that at 7 o'clock, it will be sitting on the needle. 8 o'clock, it is still on the needle. 9 o'clock, it's still on the needle. 10 o'clock, it's still on the needle. 11 o'clock also, it is still on the needle. But 12 o'clock, it will again switch its position. So that at 1 o'clock, it will be above the needle. So at 12 and 6, the bird will be switching its position. Or I can say on both cases, it is sitting on the left hand side of the needle. Am I right? Are you getting it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
on at 6 o'clock and 12 o'clock, it is sitting on the left. All other cases, it is above the hour needle. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
At 11
Yes, sir.
o'clock, if you have doubt, 11 o'clock needle is like this. Is this above or is this above? This one or this one? First position or second position?
First position.
Okay, first position. Okay, so only at 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock it is switching its position. That means it is sitting on the left hand side of the needle. So similarly, all the dimensions marked should be above the dimension line. The only difference is when it is vertical. So in the vertical case, it will be on the left hand side. So I hope you can remember this rule now. Are you getting it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So now we will mark the dimension. You will also mark the dimension of the previous problem. Okay. So I will show how to mark the dimension. Here in this problem, we have how many dimensions we have to mark? എത്ര dimension തന്നിട്ടുണ്ട്? Sir, not audible. Rohan Roy.
Sir, now it's audible, sir.
Okay, thank you. Sorry. So I'm going to mark the dimensions now. Okay, I have I think this is 30, this is 10, this is 50. That's what I think. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So the first one I will show how to mark the dimension. Okay, I will draw a projector here and I will mark the dimension line here. Okay, this extension could be of around 2 mm. That means 2 mm എന്ന് പറയാൻ കാരണം വേറെ ഒന്നുമല്ല. Don't put like this. One is this much long and one is this much short. That won't make the drawing neat. So make a uniform distance. Assume that it is 2 mm. So you will draw all the dimensions like lines like that. So that will look beautiful. So above the dimension line, I just put the arrow here. I'll mark 50. So one dimension is over. Second one, I have to draw the dimensions of 30 here. So I will draw another end projector here. Here I have already XY line. XY line can be taken as a reference for dimension line also. So that is not a problem. So I will draw the dimension line here. And this is marked as 30. And I told you that if you are keeping this is 10 mm, this will also, if you keep this is 10, that would be nice. So I'll keep that line straight or extended. I'll mark the arrows here and 10 here. Okay. So one more thing I would like to add, if the dimension is too small, maybe 5 mm, 4 mm, okay, so the end projector goes like this. I don't have enough space to write the dimension here. So you'll draw the dimension line like this. And you will put the arrow outside. And we'll mark the dimension here. Are you getting it? If the dimension is too small, you can put the arrows outside and keep the dimension inside. I hope you got it.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So here I have 3 dimensions which I have already marked, 50, 30 and 10. Sometimes you will have a doubt, sir, whether I can mark the dimensions here. This is not desirable. If it is possible, please mark the dimension outside. Don't keep it inside. Okay, in some cases, in some complicated drawings, you won't have any choice. In that case, it is okay. Otherwise, if possible, keep it outside. Okay, should I mark the dimension here, 50? Is it necessary?
No, sir.
No, because we have the same projector here. This dimension will be here also. And I don't have to mark 30 here because it is understood that this is parallel to this one. It's 10. It is correct. Okay. Now I will draw one more thing. That means I will show this second quadrant also. This two you will do yourself. Okay. So here the dimensions, either I can mark the dimensions here. Okay. In this case, I am just showing you. I can mark it out below. So at 10 mm distance, I marked it. This is 50. Okay. I just extended that projector. I marked 50 there. And here I have to mark 30. Okay. So if you are keeping A here, you can keep A here, no problem. A mark dimension. So I have to take a little more distance here. So I will mark 30 here. Okay, just please watch. Actually, I am going to make a mistake. I mark 30 here. Okay. Now, how will I mark 20? How can I mark 20? Can I draw projectile? No, below I can't mark, right? This is, sorry, not 20, 10. This is a 10.
You're on the
So,
other side.
I can, yes, this is one option. I don't know who said that. On the other side, I can mark 10. Why you said other side? Why can't I mark it here? See, I have, if I have multiple,
Not cross any.
pardon? Pardon?
Don't cross the dimension line.
You can't cross the dimension line. That is correct. If I have multiple dimensions, I can mark the next dimension here. Again, 10 mm from the first dimension line, and I can mark the dimension 10 here, but this is wrong because I'm crossing the projector through the dimension line. That is wrong. So one option, I can mark the dimension on the other side. And do you have any other suggestions? Okay, I told you that multiple dimensions lines can be drawn at a 10 mm distance. That is not a problem. But this crossing is an issue. So can you avoid that crossing?
We can
Yes.
mark 10 on the right and 30 on the left, like of the same side, on the left side of the diagram.
I didn't get it.
You can draw it inside.
Yes, you can keep it inside. Is this what you meant? No, you are talking here, the dimension, right?
Yes, sir.
That can be avoided. See, this is another option. See, the dimension line is not crossing anything. This could be done. If you are marking both dimensions in one side, first mark the smallest dimension, then the largest, so that this projector will not cross the dimension line. Or you can mark one dimension on the left hand side and the other dimension on the right hand side. Are you getting it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Okay, in this case it is quite easy, but when there are multiple dimensions that you have to mark, then you have to take both these cases, the combinations that you will have to take. So this is the rule. So I will rub this off. This is the form. So I will rub this off. So can you do this dimensioning for these two? Now. Can you do that now? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Sir.
Yeah. Okay, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So let me ask one thing. How many of you have understood the concept of line inclined to both the planes? Tell me the truth. I assume nobody has understood.
So,
Yes.
I have a doubt on marking the inclined angle. Uh,
Okay, you're marking the inclined angle for a
yeah,
line inclined to both the plane. Okay, that we will discuss. I'm asking about the concept.
concept.
You got the concept?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Others
Yes, sir.
understood. One. Okay.
Yes, sir.
I got one
Yes, sir.
response. Except arrowhead, the concept is okay. Arrowhead means you're talking about the dimension line. Is it Ramkishan? I didn't get it. Arrowhead.
ആരോഹെഡ് എങ്ങനെ വരയ്ക്കുന്നു അല്ല
അത്
കറക്റ്റ് ആയിട്ട്
അത്
കിട്ടുന്നില്ല
ഡയമെൻഷൻ ലൈൻ
ആരോഹെഡ്
ഡയമെൻഷൻ ലൈനിലല്ലേ?
അതെ അതെ
ആ
സർ പിന്നെ സെറ്റ് സ്ക്വയർ വെച്ചിട്ട് പാരലൽ ലൈൻസ് വരയ്ക്കുമ്പോൾ ചെറിയ
ഡൗട്ട് ഉണ്ടാവും. തീർക്കാലോ. ഞാൻ ചെറിയ സെറ്റ് സ്ക്വയർ കിട്ടും നോട്ടെ. വലിയ സെറ്റ് സ്ക്വയറിനൊരു പ്രശ്നമുണ്ട്. ഓക്കെ, രണ്ട് സെറ്റ് സ്ക്വയർ കിട്ടിയില്ല. ഒരെണ്ണം വെച്ച് കാണിച്ചു തരാം തൽക്കാലം. So if you have to draw parallel lines and perpendicular lines, or okay, I will wait. Let me show you something. Actually, I'm going to share one of my screens here. Okay, switch to my other account. I'm trying to show something on my laptop. Can you see the screen clearly?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Switch to my other account. Okay. So I'll have to draw a line. Say I'm going to draw the XY line. Is it my mic? On ആണ്. ഇത് എൻ്റെ ആണോ?
your screen out.
Screen. No. I get.
Infinite ആയിട്ട്
Okay. Okay. അതാ. Okay. Okay. Now can you? Right.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. അല്ല എൻ്റെ ഹെഡ്ഫോണിന്റെ ഇഷ്യൂ. ഒരു മൾട്ടിപ്പിൾ ആയിട്ട് ഇത് കിട്ടിക്കൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്നു. റെസ്പോൺസ്. Okay. Let me. Okay. I hope that will
Okay, switch to. So I mark XY line. Say this is capital X and say this is capital Y. So I have to draw a line which is parallel to this one. So I can use a set square here and I will rotate. I can make it parallel. Okay, so I will take, okay, this is, I kept this base parallel to uh, this particular XY line. Now I need another set square. Say that is, usually that is a 45, 45. So I will keep it here and make it parallel. See this will coincide here, right? Who asked that doubt? I can't.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes. Now I will slide this up along with this one so that I can draw line above this. Okay, that will be, if I can draw this line like this, see, after drawing this, I can change this one, or using a scale, I can extend that also. So where's the line? I can extend that also. I can remove these things. This is gone, this is gone. Okay, is it clear?
Okay, sir. Understood. Thank you.
And perpendicular is
Yep.
something similar.
Yes,
It can be
that
drawn with
one.
a uh, single
Yes.
set square as well as a uh, ruler. That will
Okay.
be enough. You just
Okay, sir.
slide it
Thank
over,
you.
you will get perpendicular lines. Hope it is clear.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
So I shall switch to this one and I will stop sharing. Yes. Okay. So the line inclined to both the planes. I haven't included the notes for that. I will put the notes later. So line inclined to one plane. So that what will happen to line inclined to one plane? When the line is parallel to, see, you are getting a top view. You assume that you are getting a top view because I have put the camera on top. So you are looking from the top. You can see the horizontal plane on which I am drawing uh, from there. So this is a top view. If I keep an object here, uh, whatever image that I will draw here, that will be the top view. Okay, can you assume like that? അങ്ങനെ വിഷ്വലൈസേഷൻ കിട്ടുന്നുണ്ടോ? ആക്ച്വലി നിങ്ങൾ
Yes, sir.
വിമാനത്തിലിരുന്ന് താഴേക്ക് നോക്കുകയാണെന്ന് വിചാരിച്ചാൽ ദാറ്റ്സ് വാട്ട് യു സീ ആൻഡ് ഐ എം മേക്കിംഗ് ദ പ്രസന്റേഷൻസ് ബിലോ യു ആർ വാച്ചിങ് ഇറ്റ് ഫ്രം ടോപ്പ്. So we have seen in the previous class, we have seen the projection of a line which is parallel to both HP and VP. So I'm considering a line which is parallel to both HP and VP. So when you make the projections, whatever image I'll get will have a true length. It is a specialty of parallel projection. You will get the exact length if it is parallel to this plane of projection. And നമ്മുടെ പ്രൊജക്ടർ പോകുന്നത് ഇങ്ങനെയാണ്. ഇവിടെ നിന്നൊരു പ്രൊജക്ടർ, സിമിലർലി ഇവിടെ നിന്നൊരു പ്രൊജക്ടർ. That will make the image here. So that will be of the same length. Then what will happen to the line? Okay, if it is parallel to the plane of projection, you should get a true length of this line in the projection, in the top view in this case. So what will happen if I tilt this? That means I'm going to make this inclined to the plane of projection. What will happen? Will the length will get reduced?
Sorry,
Yes,
length
sir.
increases.
Yes, sir.
ലെങ്ത് ഇൻക്രീസ് ചെയ്യില്ല. കാരണം എന്താണെന്ന് വെച്ച് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ഒരു പ്രൊജക്ഷനിൽ നമുക്ക് കിട്ടാവുന്ന മാക്സിമം ലെങ്ത്, ദ മാക്സിമം ലെങ്ത് ദാറ്റ് വി ക്യാൻ ഗെറ്റ് ഓൺ പ്രൊജക്ഷൻ ഈസ് ദ ട്രൂ ലെങ്ത് ഓഫ് ദി ഒബ്ജക്റ്റ്. അത് കൂടുതൽ നമുക്ക് കിട്ടില്ല. I will tell you how it is. See, if this pencil has a length of say 15 centimeter or 150 mm, if I keep this parallel to the plane of projection, according to the theory of parallel projection, I will get 150 mm for the image that I will draw on the plane of projection. It should be 150 mm. Okay, നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ക്യാമറയിൽ കാണുമ്പോൾ കുറച്ച് വ്യത്യാസം തോന്നും, because it is not parallel projection. That's why ക്യാമറ ഒരു പോയിന്റിലാണ് ഇരിക്കുന്നത്, പാരലൽ അല്ല ആക്ച്വലി, അതിന്റെ വ്യത്യാസം ഉണ്ടാവും. So you should get a parallel projection with the true length. But if I tilt it, what will happen to the dimension of the pencil? See, this is 150 mm. What about this? Will it be 150 mm if I make the image?
No, sir. It will decrease.
No, sir.
Length
Yes, it will
decrease.
decrease up to what?
0.
Up to a point.
Yes, up to a point. The length will be 0, correct. And if I tilt it back again, the length will slowly increase up to which length?
True length.
True length.
True length.
True length.
If I tilt it again, that will decrease. The length will decrease and will become a point again. So this is a theory. If it is parallel to the plane of projection, in that plane you will get a true length. If it is not, it will become apparent. So that's what we have seen in the previous class. Like we had vertical plane as well as horizontal plane. Vertical plane, horizontal plane. In this case, we have drawn a line, okay, a line which is inclined to horizontal plane. So this was B and this was A, but it was parallel to VP. Okay, it was parallel to VP. So it is something like you have a tower clock. Tower clock, and you have the time at 2 o'clock. So this needle, say this dial, I consider as, okay, shall I make that a square clock? So this is 2 o'clock. Actually, this is VP. So this needle is parallel to the dial, but it is inclined to the horizontal plane. So if I get an image here, the image will be like this only. So this was the needle at 2 o'clock. This is the image that I got on the base, and this was my clock. Are you getting it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So this distance is same. It won't change because that needle was parallel to the plane of projection, and this what shadow that I get on the um, horizontal plane. So if I represent this with this is the front view, this is the top view. So this should have been drawn. This is the front view. This was the front view on the dial, and this was the top view that I get on the horizontal base. So this distance is, if it is 10, this is also 10, and that is the same distance that I'll get here also. This is 10 and this is 10, right? Are you getting it? Since
Yes,
it is
sir.
parallel to the plane of projection. Okay, I think we have mentioned that some points, 3 points that we have written there. Okay, when the line is inclined to when the line is parallel to one plane and inclined to other, okay, is parallel to one plane, the projection on that plane will have true length and a true inclination. If it is 30-degree, okay, this should be also 30-degree. So that was the first rule, I hope. Second rule, if it is parallel to one plane, the projection on the other plane will have a apparent length. Or if it is parallel to one plane, the other projection on the other plane will be parallel to xy line. Correct? This is parallel to xy line. It is because the line is parallel to VP. The line is parallel to VP. So in top view, VP becomes xy line. And the projection becomes the top view. I mean, the line becomes the top view. So the top view is parallel to xy line. That means the line is parallel to VP. Can you connect it? നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ആ കണക്ഷൻ കിട്ടുന്നുണ്ടോ?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
ലൈൻ വി പിക്ക് പാരലൽ ആണെങ്കിൽ ടോപ്പ് വ്യൂ എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ വി പി എക്സ് വൈ ലൈൻ ആയി, എക്സ് വൈ ലൈന് പാരലൽ ആയിരിക്കണം ടോപ്പ് വ്യൂ. ഓക്കെ, ആൻഡ് ഇറ്റ് വിൽ ബി ഓൾവേസ് പാരലൽ ടു എക്സ് വൈ ലൈൻ ഇഫ് ഇറ്റ് ദി ലൈൻ ഈസ് പാരലൽ ടു അതർ പ്ലെയിൻ. അങ്ങനെയാണ് നമ്മൾ പറഞ്ഞിരിക്കുന്നത്. അത് വി പിക്ക് പാരലൽ ആണെങ്കിൽ projection on the other plane, horizontal plane ulla projection, the projection on the horizontal plane which we call as top view will be parallel to xy line. And if the top view is parallel to xy line, that means that the line is parallel to VP. Okay. Then if the line is inclined to one plane, so in this case the line is inclined to horizontal plane, in that case the projection on that particular plane, as we have seen just before this, it will have a shorter distance. It is called apparent length. Apparent length. And that will be smaller than the true length. Smaller than or equal to true length, we can say like that. അത് എപ്പോഴാണ് നമ്മൾ പറയുന്നത്? ഇൻക്ലൈൻഡ് ആണെങ്കിൽ നമുക്ക് apparent length എപ്പോഴും less than true length ആയിരിക്കും. Apparent length is always less than true length ആയിരിക്കും. If the rotate ചെയ്ത് parallel ആക്കി കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ that will be true length. Otherwise it will be apparent length. That apparent length will vary depending upon the inclination that we make. If the theta is increasing, the apparent length becomes shorter and shorter and shorter. And if it is 90, it will become 0. As you said, the dimension will be 0. So that is the connection between the line inclined to one plane. Okay, I hope the concept is clear. If anybody has doubt in this or anybody needs me to repeat the same, please let me know now itself. It's not late. Clear ആണോ? ഇതുവരെ പറഞ്ഞത് ക്ലിയർ ആണോ?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
യെസ്. എങ്കിലൊരു കാര്യം ചെയ്തേ, നേരത്തെ ചെയ്തൊരു പ്രോബ്ലം ഇല്ലേ നമ്മൾ കഴിഞ്ഞ ക്ലാസ്സിൽ ചെയ്ത പ്രോബ്ലം, അതിന്റെ വാല്യൂസ് ഒക്കെ ഒന്ന് പറയാം. Previous class it was length of AB was can anybody tell me
60 mm.
length of AB?
60.
60. Okay, right. Then the point A is at a
40 millimeter from HP.
this is okay. This was A was 30 millimeter above HP. Then B was
10 millimeter from
10 millimeter, and then in front with respect to A and B, position of A and B with respect to VP.
A is 20 in front of
B 10 mm ആണ്. അതിലെന്തോ എനിക്കൊരു മിസ്റ്റേക്ക് തോന്നുന്നു. Is it 50?
50, sir. 50.
50 ആണ്. Okay. 10 mm in front ആണ് അല്ലേ? A is 10 mm in front of VP and B is also 10 mm in front of VP. Am I right?
20 mm, sir. Sir, it's 20.
20
Okay.
mm.
Okay, let it be 20. ഇനി എനിക്ക് അറിയേണ്ടത് നിങ്ങളൊരു പ്രൊട്രാക്ടർ വെച്ചിട്ട് ആ പ്രൊജക്ഷനിൽ ഈ ഫ്രണ്ട് വ്യൂ എത്ര ഇൻക്ലിനേഷനിലാണെന്ന് പറയാം. Can you tell me the inclination of the front view with the horizontal plane or with respect to xy line? What is the inclination? ആംഗിൾ മെഷർ ചെയ്യാൻ അറിയില്ലേ? ഞാൻ പഠിപ്പിക്കണ്ടല്ലോ. If this was the line, you should draw a reference line here and keep the protractor in such a way that this will be the center line and count it from here. So this is the angle. I know what is that angle? I hope you are
20 degree.
20.
20 degree. Yes, sir.
Everyone else got the same length, same dimension.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes. Now you have the question like this. I told you that you should need 5 data to draw the projection. Okay. My question is, okay. Question is, draw the projection. Draw the projection of line. Say I am naming it capital C, capital D. Where C is 30 mm above HP and C is 20 mm. Let it be AB itself. Confusion ഇപ്പോ വേണ്ട, കുറച്ച് കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ട് confusion തരാം. So A is 30 mm above HP and 20 mm in front of VP and B is 50 mm above VP, sorry, above HP and 20 mm in front of VP. Same thing. നിങ്ങൾ തന്നിരിക്കുന്ന 5 ഡാറ്റ ഇതാണ്. A 30 mm above ആണ്, B sorry and 20 mm in front ആണ്. B എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് 50 mm above HP ആണ്, 20 mm in front of VP ആണ്. ഓക്കെ ഓക്കെ. ഈ പറഞ്ഞ ഡാറ്റയിൽ നിന്ന് നിങ്ങൾക്ക് എന്തെങ്കിലും മനസ്സിലായോ? ഓക്കെ, ഒരു ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ തന്നു ഇങ്ങനെ, ഈ ലൈനിന്റെ സ്വഭാവം എന്താണെന്ന് നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ഇതിൽ നിന്ന് മനസ്സിലാക്കാൻ പറ്റുമോ?
Inclined to one plane.
Yes,
Parallel
inclined
to
to
other.
one plane. Yes, parallel to one, because these two dimensions remain same. So that means it is parallel to that particular plane, VP. But with respect to HP, it is different. So it is inclined to HP. You understood that? And I have the inclination with the HP is 20 degree. ഞാൻ ലൈനിന്റെ ലെങ്ത് ഇതുവരെ പറഞ്ഞിട്ടില്ല കേട്ടോ. I told about the position of A with respect to HP and VP. I told the position of B with respect to HP and VP, and I will give you the inclination of the line. Inclination of line with HP is 20 degree. Draw the projection of the line and find the true length of the line. Are you getting the question?
Yes, sir.
I gave you
Yes,
5
sir.
data. I am not giving you the true length, which I had given in the previous class. So in this case, the question is different. 20 degrees given, but you have to draw the projection and find out what is the true length of the line. And what is the answer that you should get?
60 mm.
60
Yes,
millimeter.
you should get 50. So try to draw that. I will also try to draw. Okay. So tell me while you finish it. Okay. Okay.
Okay,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Have you finished? Have you finished? Am I audible?
No, sir. Yes, sir.
You have finished it, right? How many of you have finished it? Please let me know. കഴിഞ്ഞവരൊന്ന് പറയാവോ?
Sir, in the question, we assume that A is on the left side and B is on the right side, right?
You can assume the otherwise also, other way also. Anyway, you will get the answer same.
No,
We
then
have
it'll make a
no.
like
The
50
question
will be
was
on the left, 30 will be on the right.
pardon. Yes, that it's okay. You can do like that also. Anyway,
Okay,
the height of the B should be 50. That should remain same. But in the question, it is not mentioned that A is on left or right. That you can think the other way also. Okay, have you got the answer? Finished? You have finished, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So what you have done is you have drawn and okay, I'll draw it rough. That you have drawn an XY line, and you have a okay draw the locus at 30 mm so that A is somewhere here and 50 mm locus of B in the front view and 20 mm locus of A and B. So I took first a point. So you can, it's not a rule, but if you know the front view and top view, the exact position of front view and top view of a point, you can start from there. In this case, you know exact front view and top view of A and B. That means how much it is away from HP and VP. So either you can start from A or you can start from B. So I take A first. So I mark the position of A. Arbitrarily, I took A is okay, at a height 30 mm. So I took A here. So this is A dash. And since A dash is here, exactly below at 20 mm away, I have A. Now I know that B dash is somewhere in this line and B is somewhere in this line, but I don't know where exactly it is. But I know that the line is parallel to VP, isn't it? So you can make a note from the given data. It is clear that line AB is parallel to VP. In bracket, you can write A and B 20 mm in front of VP. So same distance. From the given data, it is clear that the line AB is parallel to VP. A and B at 20 mm in front of VP. Are you copying it?
yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So it is parallel to VP. So the front view will have true length. You know all these things, but just make a note. The front view will have true length. That is A dash B dash is equal to, or a length of A dash B dash is equal to true length. So this is a concept. ഈ പറഞ്ഞ data, what you read that when you read the data, you understood that the line is parallel to VP because the distance of A and B from VP is same, given as same. So the front view will have true length, and front view's name is A dash B dash. So A dash B dash, I know that it is having true length. So when I measure A dash B dash, I'll get a true length. And here I know one thing, and one more thing you can write. Front view will have true length, and front, I mean, the front view will have true inclination. നമ്മൾ കഴിഞ്ഞ പ്രോബ്ലത്തിൽ എഴുതിയിരിക്കുന്ന രണ്ട് നോട്ടുകളിൽ ഫസ്റ്റ് നോട്ടാണിത്. 3 നോട്ടിൽ ഫസ്റ്റ് നോട്ട് ട്രൂ ഇൻക്ലിനേഷൻ, ദാറ്റ് ഈസ് ആംഗിൾ ഓഫ് എ ഡാഷ് ബി ഡാഷ് ഓർ ഇൻക്ലിനേഷൻ. യു ക്യാൻ മെൻഷൻ ഇൻ ആംഗിൾ ഞാൻ സിമ്പിളായി പറഞ്ഞെന്നുള്ളൂ. അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഇൻക്ലിനേഷൻ ഓഫ് എ ഡാഷ് ബി ഡാഷ് ഈസ് ഈക്വൽ ടു 20 degree itself. Clear ആണോ? Should I repeat? Should I repeat? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The first note that we have written, that's all. That is a dash b dash will have true length and a dash b dash will have inclination 20 degree, which is given as the true inclination. So at this position, I will draw a line at a 20 degree using a protractor. It will touch the locus of b dash, and this point is b dash, which satisfy the height from xy line, which is 50 mm, and the inclination of a dash b dash is 20 degree. So these two constraints, I will get 1 point. So since I get b dash here, I will draw a projector here so that b is somewhere in this line. And about this line, I know that it is the locus of a and b. So b is somewhere in this line and b is in somewhere in this end projector. The coincide or the intersection point is this, which I mark as AB. Kitio? Clear or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Can anybody tell me what is the distance between these two vertical projector? Can you measure it?
I think you have to use trigonometry and find it.
No, you just measure it using a scale.
60 centimeter.
Is it? It is
60 millimeter.
60 millimeter. That is too big. I guess.
A dash B dash.
A dash B
55,
dash is, A dash B dash is 60, right?
55, sir.
55 millimeter.
Okay, A dash B dash you get 60, right? So that was the answer that you have to write it in a box. The true length is equal to 60. That is the answer. That should be there in your answer. Now this distance is 55, right?
Yes, sir.
So can I
Yes,
give you another question? Can I give you another question?
Yes, sir.
Okay. The question is like this. Okay, you need 5 data, right? A is 30 mm. Okay, projection of AB itself. A is 30 mm above HP and 20 mm in front of VP. B is 50 mm above HP and 20 mm in front of VP. So 4 data which are common. I'm not changing it. Draw the projection of a line AB where A is 30 mm above HP, 20 mm in front of VP. B is 50 mm above HP, 20 mm in front of VP. Are you getting it?
Yes, sir.
Have you copied? Yes. The length of top view is 55 mm. Draw the projection. And find the true length and the true inclination of the line. So position of A, B is given with respect to HP and VP. It is given that the length of top view is 55 mm. Have you copied it, the question? Have you already started doing it? I don't get any response.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, you have started. Okay. Those who have started, okay, you can go and do that. And you have to upload all these answers. Okay, I will put an assignment today. question today. So the next class we have on, is it on Monday? Monday ആണ് അടുത്ത ക്ലാസ്.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
മണ്ടേക്ക് മുമ്പ് ഈ ഹോംവർക്ക് അസൈൻമെന്റ് ആയിട്ട് ചെയ്തൊരു അപ്ലോഡ് ചെയ്തിടാമോ?
Yes, sir.
ഈ പ്രോബ്ലംസ് ഹോംവർക്ക് അല്ല, നിങ്ങൾ നോട്ട് ക്ലാസ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്. സോ ഒരേ ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ ഇപ്പൊ ഞാൻ മൂന്നാമത്തെ ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ ആയിട്ടാണ് തരുന്നത് അല്ലേ? All the answers will be same. This is a third format in which I am giving the question, but all the answers will look alike. Okay, do that. Okay, ആ ചെയ്യുന്നതിന്റെ ഇടയ്ക്ക് those who have doubts and need clarification about this problem and something that you didn't get, please let me know. I will make it clear now. Please do ask. Don't hide your doubts. I think I am so good at teaching engineering graphics. I don't get any doubts from you. Well done, John Paul. You are really doing great. Seriously, you don't have any doubt?
So,
Yes.
so it's regarding dimensioning lines.
Yes.
So in the first diagram, when you were explaining about dimensioning line above or below on, like above ആണെന്ന് നിർബന്ധമില്ലല്ലോ.
ഇല്ല,
Above the
ഡയമെൻഷൻ ലൈൻ എവിടെ
projection.
വേണേൽ വരയ്ക്കാം. കൺവീനിയന്റ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള ഒരു പൊസിഷനിൽ യു ക്യാൻ ഡ്രോ ദ ഡയമെൻഷൻ ലൈൻ, ബട്ട് ദ ഡയമെൻഷൻ ഷുഡ് ബി അബവ് ദ ഡയമെൻഷൻ ലൈൻ. ദാറ്റ് ഈസ് എ റൂൾ.
Oh, okay, sir. Thank you.
Sir,
യെസ്,
sir, XY line dark ആണോ ലൈറ്റ് ആണോ?
ലൈറ്റ് ആണ്. ഡാർക്ക് വരച്ചുകൊണ്ട്
Okay,
മാർക്ക്
okay.
പോവില്ല, പക്ഷെ നമുക്ക് ലൈറ്റ് ആയിട്ട് വരച്ച് പഠിച്ചാൽ മതി. കാരണം പ്രോബ്ലം ഇതാണ്, അതായത് നമ്മൾ ഡാർക്ക് ആയിട്ട് XY ലൈൻ വരച്ചു എന്ന് വിചാരിക്കും. ഓക്കെ, ഇനി
Yes, sir.
നമ്മുടെ കേസിൽ നമ്മളൊക്കെ ചെയ്തിരിക്കുന്ന പ്രൊജക്ഷൻ വരച്ചിരിക്കുന്നതൊക്കെ ലൈൻ എബോ ഓർ ബിലോ ആണ്. അസ്യൂം ദാറ്റ് വി ഹാവ് എ ലൈൻ വിച്ച് ഇസ് ഓവർ ദി ഹൊറിസോണ്ടൽ പ്ലെയിൻ. ഹൊറിസോണ്ടൽ പ്ലെയിനിൽ കിടക്കുന്ന ഒരു ലൈൻ, അതിന്റെ ഫ്രണ്ട് വ്യൂ വരയ്ക്കണം. സോ നിങ്ങളുടെ XY ലൈൻ ഓൾറെഡി തിക്കാണ്. ഇനി ഞാൻ ഇവിടെ ഫ്രണ്ട് വ്യൂ വരച്ചു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ കാണും? ഇല്ലല്ലോ. തിൻ ലൈൻ ആയിരുന്നെങ്കിൽ XY ലൈൻ തിൻ ആണ്, ബട്ട് ഐ ക്യാൻ ഡ്രോ ദ പ്രൊജക്ഷൻ ഓഫ് ദ ലൈൻ ആസ് തിക്ക്. കറക്റ്റ്?
Yes, sir.
അതുകൊണ്ട് നമ്മൾ തിന്നായിട്ട് ഫോളോ ചെയ്താണ്. ഇതുകൊണ്ട് മാർക്ക് പോകാനൊന്നും സാധ്യതയില്ല, പക്ഷെ സോളിഡ്സിന്റെ കേസിലൊക്കെ വരുമ്പോൾ വി ഷുഡ് ഫോളോ ലൈക്ക് ദിസ്. അതർവൈസ് സോളിഡിന്റെ ഫ്രണ്ട് വ്യൂ വരയ്ക്കുമ്പോൾ എവിടം വരെയാണ് അതിന്റെ ബൗണ്ടറി നിൽക്കുന്നത് എന്നുള്ളത് ചെറിയൊരു കൺഫ്യൂഷൻ വരും. കാരണം അതർവൈസ് ദ ലൈൻ വിൽ ഗോ ലൈക്ക് ദിസ്. ദാറ്റ് വിൽ മേക്ക് ദ കൺഫ്യൂഷൻ. ദാറ്റ്സ് വൈ വി ആസ്ക് യു ടു
Yes.
ഡ്രോ തിൻ. ഐ ഹോപ്പ് ഇറ്റ് ഈസ് ക്ലിയർ.
Yes, sir.
Any other small doubts? പൊട്ടത്തരമാണ്, മണ്ടത്തരമാണ് എന്ന് കരുതിയിട്ട് ആരും ഡൗട്ട് ചോദിക്കാതിരിക്കരുത്. ചിലപ്പോൾ അതായിരിക്കും ഏറ്റവും നല്ല ഡൗട്ട്. ഒരുപക്ഷെ ചിലപ്പോൾ ഞാൻ വല്ലതും പറയാൻ വിട്ടുപോയതൊക്കെ നിങ്ങളായിരിക്കും ഓർമ്മിപ്പിക്കുന്നുണ്ടാവാം. So let it be wrong. And one more thing you should remember while you mark the dimensions. Okay, I told you that there should be at least 5 dimensions should be given for a problem of lines. All the 5 dimensions should be marked. Okay, one more thing I should say, the angle, marking of angle. അതും കൂടി പറഞ്ഞേക്കാം. ജസ്റ്റ് ഒന്ന് പോസ് ചെയ്യാം. നിങ്ങൾ ചെയ്യുന്നത് കുറച്ച് നേരത്തേക്ക് ഒന്ന് പോസ് ചെയ്യാം. I'll give time after that. ഞാൻ വേറെ ഒന്നും പഠിപ്പിക്കുന്നില്ല. So I want to mark the dimension of angles. Okay, these all things you will get in your textbook. The dimension of arc or a curve. So you should draw the, this is the dimension. So I will draw the dimension line like this. I will mark the dimension above the dimension line, say 30 degree. And here I have another line. So this one is another curve. I will mark a dimension like this. Yeah, the dimension is wrong. Anyway, this I am marking as a 20 degree. And here I have another line. And this dimension I will mark as say 45 degree. And this is marked as 15 degree. And here is another dimension line. The dimension line. The dimension line here. So I'll color it like. So how can I mark the dimensions? Okay, I'll just already mark half of the dimensions. Then what do you think? Where I should mark the dimension? Here? Can you see this?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Can I mark the dimension here?
Yes.
No. You should mark the dimension above the dimension line. 10 degree, 40 degree, 50 degree, 25 degree. See, the dimension is above the dimension line. Here also the dimension is above the dimension line. Are you getting it?
Yes, sir.
ഒന്നുകൂടി
Yes,
പറയാം.
sir.
അതായത് ഡയമെൻഷൻ ലൈൻ ഞാൻ വരച്ചിരിക്കുന്ന എല്ലാം പുറത്താണ്. ഈ കേസിലൊക്കെ ഡയമെൻഷൻ ലൈനിന്റെ മുകളിലാണ് ഡയമെൻഷൻ എഴുതിയിരിക്കുന്നത്. സി, മുകളിലാണ്. ദിസ് ഇസ് എബവ്, എബവ്, എബവ്. ബട്ട് ഈ താഴെ വരച്ചിരിക്കുന്ന ഡയമെൻഷൻ ലൈനിന്റെ അകത്ത് എഴുതിയാലാണ് ദാറ്റ് വിൽ ബി എബവ്. ഇപ്പുറത്ത് എഴുതുകയാണെങ്കിൽ ഇറ്റ് ഈസ് ബിലോ ആണ്. ഇങ്ങനെ ഒരു കർവിന്റെ ഇങ്ങനെയാണ് ഡയമെൻഷൻ ലൈൻ എങ്കിൽ if I mark the dimension here, it is below the dimension line. Yes, it is below. If I mark here, it is above, right?
Okay.
That's what I meant. So here all the dimensions are written above the dimension line. Here also it is written above the dimension line. Not outside or inside. It should be above.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
So you can continue that, and please let me know what